Brazilian something.
Butt lift?
Butt lift.
I was talking to Jenny earlier.
What, we're doing
like,
2 stars now? No, go for it.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And
we doing filmographies.
On the 38th day of Spikesmas.
We are watching Clockers.
Yep.
Mazel tov.
But pineapple. Fuck.
I couldn't put it down.
Okay.
Good Lord.
Clockers.
This movie's from 1995.
Now, don't forget, I read the book.
Yeah, I think they paid $1.2 million for the rights.
This is an inappropriate book for me to be reading at like 12.
Yeah, it's an inappropriate book for you to be reading right now.
Yeah.
It was originally supposed to be directed by Martin Scorcese. Rocco Klein would have been the main character, played by Robert De Niro.
Huh.
Scorsese changed his mind, opting instead to direct Casino.
Oh.
So Scorsese asked Spike, "You want to direct this thing?"
And he's like, yeah, but obviously we're going to do it from Strike's point of view.
Yeah, and Scorsese was given an executive producer credit. He apparently never visited the set.
He's busy. He's
Not
been
a single one.
Casino.
Not a single one.
Him and Spike are buddies, though?
I think Spike Lee said that Mean Streets is one of his favorite movies.
Cool.
He saw that and he goes, I got to get in on this. I got to start rolling joints.
Yeah, they're both just super duper inner city guys.
New York guys.
Rolling around New York.
Eating your dogs.
Crooklyn.
Spike Lee wanted John Turturro to play Detective Rocco Klein.
Okay.
And Michael Imperioli to play Detective Larry Mazzilla.
Were you winking to me because you didn't fuck up the name?
The studio balked at Lee's request, and Martin Scorsese said, how about Harvey Keitel? And that then in turn made John Turturro take the role of Mazzilla.
Man, I miss getting Keitel all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Keitel.
Mm-hmm.
I like that guy quite a bit.
Yeah, I wasn't too fond of him in here.
Oh, I thought he was great.
But it was nice seeing him.
Did you feel like he was personally calling you a yo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson apparently was considered for the role of Rodney Little.
I'm so glad he didn't get it.
Yeah. I wonder if that was... I mean, obviously it must have been before the falling out, which I thought took place after Malcolm X, but...
Well, maybe he was working on this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Spike Lee's previous film, Crooklyn, featured the song Crooklyn over the end credits. This film features a remix of the same song during the opening scene in the courtyard.
Does it go like this? Crooklyn, we come from Crooklyn.
Yeah. Crooklyn, we're having good times.
It's just Brooklyn, but we call it Crooklyn. Give me a hug.
Rick Aiello played a uniformed cop in one of the last scenes of this movie. He had previously been seen as the same cop in Do the Right Thing and Jungle Fever.
Oh, funny. I feel like I vaguely remember seeing him. Is he at the very end or what?
I thought Jack McGee was the last cop with a speaking role. You see him from behind and get behind that rope. That's
not Jack McGee, though. That's that guy that looks like Jack McGee a little bit, right?
I guess. He looks like Jack McGee, but he sounds like him too. I didn't catch who it was, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this is a two-way street, Jason. This podcast.
You want me to stop being like, okay.
No, I want you to give me that goddamn synopses, but also stop doing that.
Clockers. When local clockers strike, Mekhi Phifer is tasked with killing a guy skimming from local drug lord / strike surrogate father Rodney, Delroy Lindo. All signs point to Strike's older brother Victor, Isaiah Washington, actually pulling the trigger. And when Victor confesses as much, local homicide detective Rocco Klein, Harvey Keitel, calls bullshit, much to the chagrin of his laid-back partner, Larry Mazzilli, John Turturro. So Klein decides that although they have a suspect that confessed, he can't let sleeping dogs lie until he proves it was really Strike who committed the murder. Webs weave tangled as players are pitted against one another as one man's delusional search for the truth blinds him as he pursues Clockers.
In Crooklyn, Isaiah Washington's character's name was Vic.
Okay.
His name in this movie? Victor. It's the same guy.
Yep.
The Spike Lee multiverse.
He didn't age.
No, in fact, he got younger.
He's actually Mekhi's dad, and that lady aged, and now everybody thinks that's Isaiah Washington's mom, but it's really his wife got old.
Yeah, and he went to space for a few years.
I was thinking I feel a little bad for Isaiah Washington. Like, he's a pretty good actor. I mean, you do know what happened to him, right?
No.
Oh, really? He was on Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah.
And at the peak of Grey's Anatomy, he was calling George on there. Like there was an argument on the set, and he was calling him a little and that was the end of Isaiah Washington.
He was in Ghost Ship.
I think he's still working.
Oh, of course he's still working.
Jack, if that's you gotta go.
Jack, if that's you, I love you, buddy, but you gotta go back to bed.
Gotta go to bed.
Only heroes sleep, so you should sleep.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So the movie starts and there's rap music and there's pictures of dead bodies.
That's a really long opening sequence of just dead bodies. Are they real?
I have to assume so.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, they staged a pretty good one later on with.
That's true.
Is that the rapper that gets killed at the end?
Yeah, Sticky Fingers.
Is that his name?
Yeah, he plays Scientific.
Oh, yeah. Is he in a lot of movies?
He was Blade.
What's that?
He was Blade.
What?
On the TV show. He was Blade.
What TV show?
Blade, the TV series.
There was a Blade TV series?
Yeah. There was a pilot movie and there's titties in it. And then when it got picked up, yeah, it was a TV show.
Okay. I got to go look on the series.
Oh, because I just said titties.
When did the Blade TV series come out?
It's got to be, I don't know, what, 2015, 2016?
Oh, it's 25 years ago.
No.
What?
It aired for one season in 2006.
I mean, it was after Blade 3.
Okay.
Probably by a few years, but I don't know when that came out. 2006?
I'm so wildly uninterested in the Blade movies that I could care less about the Blade TV show. Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm a derailer.
Yeah, no, you are. But I'm a train guy, so I'm with it.
Choo choo.
So we meet Mekhi Phifer. He's got bibs on and no shirt. And he's like, man, I don't want to be out here.
Can you imagine all the sweat just rolling down his pits, like wearing no shirt?
Yeah, it just goes right into his underwear. Now your underwear is all wet because his bibs are huge. And he's like on the corner, him and Sticky Fingers and the other boys, they're selling dope.
Not all of them, but a handful of them look quite familiar. Like I've seen them in lots of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have. The one brother, he is actually from The Wire, Hassan Johnson. He plays the guy who's got a kid and then he gets killed in like season 4.
Okay.
I think he rolled with, the whatever and then feuded with Barksdale.
Uh-huh.
And that one young brother who reminds me of my friend Alan, but you don't know who Alan is. He's kind of like a Wu-Tang type of Joe who goes throughout the series, has his ups and downs, but kind of comes out on the good end.
Okay.
This I should say this because this is in continuing with an unfortunate trend for Spike Lee post Do the Right Thing.
Mm-hmm.
This movie had an estimated budget of $25 million. Worldwide gross, $13 million.
I will say that in my mind, this movie was a masterpiece. Watching it again, it's got like about 10%, 15%. It's pretty lame.
I kind of feel like the first hour, if you just trim that, there's not a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's like a very slow introduction, prolonged introduction to these characters with no momentum or anything.
I think Mekhi Phifer is like not a very good actor most of the time.
His scenes are so disjointed from one to another. It's almost like, how much time is passing here? This feels like I'm missing something. Like he just sees that shorty and then all of a sudden he's buying that shorty all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, like his speeches and stuff to that little kid. And like, he's good at like just posing and being there and having little bursts of dialogue.
Yeah.
But fuck, like when he's talking to Delroy Lindo in the car, it's like, I don't like this. And he's talking to that little kid. I don't like that. He's got a
Even
good
when
face.
He's talking to Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
It's just like, because Harvey Keitel's, a really good actor.
He's fucking amazing.
Mekhi Phifer's good. I think this movie, for me, we're just going to go right into it. Much like Malcolm X, I feel like Spike just can't land a more focused, almost single narrative film. There's things going on, but it's kind of following this one specific through line that it just gets a little, not boring, but like uneventful. When he's got these ensembles popping, it takes so long to get to the float walking, it's
quite a ways through.
Fuck me, man. After I paused it thinking, all right, I got to be closing in on the end here. I was only 50 minutes in. I had another hour plus.
Yeah.
Just like, God damn. Not enough John Turturro. But the main idea is that he's a corner boy. He's got some stomach issues. He's drinking fake Yoo-hoo.
Moo juice. Now, is it an ulcer? Do they ever say? It's clearly an ulcer.
Clearly an ulcer.
Yeah.
And Delroy Lindo is his boss, who's like a drug guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's telling him, hey, go see my doctor. Take care of yourself.
Quit drinking that moo juice.
Quit drinking that moo juice, which, yeah. Stop drinking fake chocolate milk all the time.
Yeah. Delroy Lindo's got it going on, though, man. He's got a fucking candy shop, and he's got a fast food restaurant.
Although, it doesn't feel like a candy shop.
No, those walls are disgusting. It looks like it was flooded and rotted, and they're like, put some shit on the walls.
It just feels like a really cheap pool hall / bar / head shop.
Okay.
You walk in and there's incense and shit.
And there's Johnny Suede.
A couple of paintball machines and arcade machines. Yeah.
They look rotten like his apartment.
Fucking A. So he's like, hey, Delroy, you know, I want to move on up in the world. And Delroy's like, all right, well, I'll tell you what. You see that restaurant across the street there? Daryl, the manager, he's been skimming money. I need you to kill him and then you'll be the man.
Why do people do this? It's just because they're stupid?
He doesn't say actually that at all.
No.
Specifically.
If you want that spot, you got to take it.
You know it's got to be done.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, why are people this stupid?
Why are people so stupid to skim from the head mob boss?
And why would you?
Yeah, you've got a job.
Yeah.
You've got the cushiest of them all, really. You're in the fast food place.
Mm-hmm. If he's not taking care of you, I think you could probably just be like, it's not for me, man.
And I think he is taking care of you. I think somebody's talking about how they burn through their money, and you could tell that Strike's stacking it. Is that Delroy?
Yeah, he's talking to the kids. He's like, you got 4 pairs of Jordans. How many feet you got?
Yeah.
You know?
I think there's a lot of real hardcore stupidity, and I just don't know why you would take more. Like, really, how are you ever going to get over on the boss?
Yeah, you're at a point where all you can do is prove yourself as loyal, and then you get maybe some comeuppance. But as soon as you just like start taking it upon yourself to just skim,
they have to kill you on as a matter of principle.
They gotta kill you. And so Mekhi Phifer's got a gun, I guess, and he's got it in a newspaper, which seems kind of odd.
Me, we'd be good at being in the mob.
Yeah,
we have respect,
and we don't mind killing.
But we've done it before. We'll do it again.
We will, absolutely. Only one of us leaves.
What? Why do we have to kill each other? We like each other.
It's like killing so much.
Well, then let's not join the mob.
And so Mekhi's fixing on shooting Daryl.
That is so bizarre that he's marching around with that newspaper with the gun in it. Like, what are you, an idiot? Why don't you have it in your pocket like everybody else?
Yeah, because then he puts it in his pocket, but he's still got the newspaper.
You don't look like you have a newspaper, like you're trying to find somewhere to read. Like, what are you delivering it to that guy?
It's 1995. Nobody's walking around with a newspaper.
It's nighttime, too.
They're still reading them, but they're not walking around with them.
Yeah.
And so he's just out there, blah, 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 blah. And then Daryl eventually calls him out, and Daryl's just like, you a little bitch.
He said he's real mean to him.
Yeah. Little shit bitch. Playing with the trains, you choo-choo girl.
You're a hoe, your mama's a hoe, your dog's a hoe.
I'm insinuating that you're attracted to men. And then Mekhi Phifer goes to the bar, or does he go to the bar before that?
No, he goes to the bar.
Goes to the bar, and his brother's at the bar, and his brother's drinking a little bit, and he's just... I want to, now that I remember this, I want to ask you if you saw this. Were you watching this movie like with intent at this point?
I love this movie. Okay. So yeah, I was really zoned in on it. I could think of nothing better than a Spike Lee movie combined with a crime genre film. So I was really, it's a while before I was like, oh, this movie's a little stupid.
There's an incredibly peculiar cutaway.
The touch to the leg?
The touch to the leg.
What is that shit?
I don't know.
I rewound it.
It seems like I rewound it a couple of times.
I didn't know that was his brother. I was like, is this like, I was thinking, is this the guy with AIDS that's the killer in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
And like he's making a pass at him?
Well, because it feels like it's the brother's clothes, but there's like a clear cartoon character on the other set of clothing.
And when they cut back to him, everybody's arms are above the table.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, what?
Finally, I'm part of your crew where you notice invisible hands and like lines dragging bikes and stuff.
Because he's not handing him the gun, right?
No.
Because he's in possession of his own gun.
Yep.
The entire time until he's not.
Mm-hmm.
And the brother apparently really does have a gun.
Yeah.
Even though they said it's a .38, but Daryl was clearly killed by an automatic, I think they say later.
But when they show it, it's shot. You know, it's not pop, pop, pop.
True, but why would they say then that he was killed with an automatic if he was killed with a .38 revolver?
I don't know.
You know, it's bullet type, not just the sequence of the shooting.
But yes, I also noticed the weird thing.
Good, because that was super weird, and it's haunting me.
I did not know that was his brother at this point in the movie. Did you?
He said, "Hey, what's up, bro?"
Yeah, but you say that about people.
I guess you do.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Yeah, you hear about that Daryl over there?"
He's a woman-beating bad dude.
I was like, "What? Why are you telling me all this?"
You know that video game Bad Dudes?
Yeah.
It's based on Daryl.
Let me ask you this: Is he gassing his brother up
Yeah.
because he knows he'll go over there and kill him?
No, I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to hype. I don't know. Because why would his brother do that? When I thought he was the murderer of the neighborhood, it made sense. He was just sicking him on his path. His brother's a regular dude. There's no reason to think he would do that.
No, and they spend an inordinate amount of time in this film trying to suggest that he didn't when it ends up that he did. So it's kind of like, all right. So boom, Daryl's dead. The cops show up and, they're all wearing just like, they're like the graphic effects in the opening credits of In Living Color, these suits.
The cops?
Yellow jackets, pink, purple ties, like everything's silk and flowing, and you're just like, whoa. And they're cracking wise. Look at this, African-American corpse.
You're not going to call me, yo, there is a bug down here. He's floating by your head now.
Yeah,
Is it a mosquito?
It is.
Oh, yeah, he's after your head.
Yeah,
he's behind
I'm
you.
a mosquito magnet. It's going to get me.
You're going to get got.
And, look at this Mulian.
Yeah. Do they say that?
I don't.
They keep calling the kids yos.
I don't know. I've actually never heard that before.
I think it's made up in the book.
Other than when I saw this, I guess, originally. But
I imagine that the police were saying that.
Like yo-yos?
Like they say yo. So it reduces them to saying yo. That's who they are. They're
Okay.
yos. I imagine that Richard Price heard that because he was like an investigative reporter writer.
Mm-hmm.
So like he spent a lot of time with police.
He heard some guy going, yo, and he goes, oh, they call each other yo.
It's a little hard to believe they aren't just calling them the bad words, that they created the new bad word.
Yeah.
I guess I don't believe that.
Especially for a Spike Lee movie. And he was like, has writing credit on here, so.
Okay.
But whatever. So they're like, yeah, look at how he pooped his pants. Oh no.
Oh yeah, when they
Stinking.
rotate them and they all smell it and they're like, oh shit.
We see Spike Lee at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, that boy got shot up.
Who did?
Look, I wouldn't know I wasn't here, so I really can't talk intelligently about it.
He's just a bystander sipping on a fucking da bomb. What is he drinking? What do they call it?
He's got a 40, but he's got like a construction head off. Like he just got off work and he's hanging out.
I'm pretty sure that drink comes back in Bamboozle.
The bomb, yo, 125% pure pleasure, motherfucker.
Okay.
The bomb, baby.
It's his red apple cigarettes.
And they like unscrew the big fins at the bottom of a nuclear bomb.
Oh, really?
It's like, it's just big fins. Yeah, it looks so silly. And then all of a sudden they're in like a church and Isaiah Washington is giving himself up. And they bring him in and it's all like weird, like the JFK flashback or something.
Yeah.
Like it's super, I don't know what you'd say. Like they've increased the shadow effect, but also have this weird overexposed element. Like the lights are glaring and it's desaturated and almost like fuzzy. Like you're in his brain or whatever.
Okay.
And he's confessing to the murder.
You were bugging, can't sleep, can't eat. This helps you in court. What did that prick do to you?
It was self-defense.
Self-defense, huh?
And Harvey Keitel's just like, I don't believe you.
Isaiah Washington's really good in this movie.
Yeah.
I buy his exhaustion. I buy his, I don't know if wholesomeness, but like trying to do the right thing and be a strong person in a bad neighborhood and provide for his family. Every moment he's in this movie, he is so good.
I mean, you could just have this movie focused on him and his journey.
Mm-hmm.
His kids and wife coming to see him in jail. And don't come, that kind of thing they do.
Getting all cut up.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, well, I guess we got him or whatever. But Harvey Keitel's going around, snooping around, and he's like, I don't buy it.
Who's his brother? That's a bad Harvey Keitel. Who's his brother? I can't do it.
No, you're super loud.
You got one? You got a Harvey Keitel?
Who's his... No.
Who's his brother?
Who's his brother? No, I don't got it. I can hear it, but...
Yeah.
So, Strike, he's like, I'm the man now. And Delroy Lindo's like, oh, word. But By the way, my partner, he's a psychopath who has AIDS because he did drugs.
Not from homosexual activity.
I ain't no homosexual.
Come on, man. I didn't even say all that, all right?
He used to be the top dog. Now he's the yard dog.
Oh, does he say that, or did you come up with that?
I just came up with that.
That's good.
I should write these movies.
Yeah.
And, he threatens Mekhi Phifer.
Do you want me to talk to Spike at the next meeting?
Please do.
I go to them too.
Tell him I got some specs.
Yeah.
And, he stops Mekhi Phifer on the street. Just gets all up in his shit.
Don't be looking at me in the eye, nigga. Hell, your ass will be on this mural, too.
He goes, get out of here. Don't let me see you around here. As if Mekhi, was trespassing or something. He's just walking down the street. The guy's just got his gun in his belt. Doesn't give a shit, right? Everybody knows about him. Everybody knows everybody in this. So, Keitel's out for Strike. Strike's now moving up in the world, but he's also hurt. And he's befriended a young boy who's the son of a woman who doesn't like the neighborhood guys.
Of course not.
She's also apparently eventually dating Keith David.
Are they dating, or is he just protective of her?
I don't know. Maybe he lives there, but he keeps coming out. There's 2 instances where he comes out wearing attire that suggests he's in, relaxed state.
You're smart. I think you're probably right, but I also figured he lived there, but you're probably right.
Yeah, like when he comes out and he's like, I told you to stay away from that boy. Thank you for the mattresses, though.
Uh-huh.
He's wearing sweat clothes and he's got a towel, I think.
And at one point he's wearing a jersey.
Yeah, later on when she brings him out, his name is Andre the Giant, by the way. When he comes out later on, it seems like it's very familial. Plus, he's with her and the boy after the murder, and...
But he's like the neighborhood beat cop, though, too.
Yeah, but he feels more Albrecht than, Albrecht even. He's in there.
Okay.
He's in too deep.
Who's Albrecht?
From The Crow.
I thought the police always said freeze.
Well, I am the police. When I say don't move, Snow White, you move, you're dead.
You can watch that new Crow. It's out now.
Yeah, if I rent it for $20, probably.
Or you could illegally steal it.
I wouldn't do that.
I know why.
I'd like to reward them for their effort. So then it comes out, oh, wait, Mekhi Phifer, your brother, I'm Delroy Lindo now. Your brother didn't kill that? Your brother killed that guy? You didn't do it? He's like, yeah, it's cool, though. And Mekhi Phifer likes to play with trains, and he's got a pretty impressive setup.
I thought you might be more impressed with that than the one in Cold Blooded.
Absolutely. I mean, it's an HO scale for one, but he's got a multi-tiered crossover track layout, but it isn't like a train yard. It's actually like a landscape set. It's very, very nice. And that controller is so fucking timeless.
Do you have a train set that goes around? Now that you have the house?
I haven't built it. No, not yet.
Oh.
I have all the pieces.
Do you have room in the house to do it now that it's just you? Can you have a train room?
Kind of. The problem is a lot of the stuff, I need good ventilation.
Oh, yeah.
To cut the foam and the glue and shit. And I tried doing it in the bedroom, and it just was like, yeah, this isn't going to work.
You went colorblind for about 3 hours.
I'm still colorblind, but that's just because I'm progressive. Oh. And so, Harvey Keitel's pressing, and Isaiah Washington's getting kind of shit canned up in jail, but he's getting closer to a possible affordable bail situation. Keith David's pressing Mekhi Phifer to stay away from that boy. Delroy Lindo's trying to keep his shit together. They're making big scores.
Number one, it's so fucked up how Strike is creating a tiny Strike with that little boy.
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird and creepy.
Yeah.
And it's like you're putting him on...
him.
Yeah.
But
non-sexually, just to be a piece of shit, to be a corner boy.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to have their own protege.
And in that kind of neighborhood, that kid's on the straight and narrow. So what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, he seems like a nice kid until he gets his hooks in him.
Strike's a bitch.
Yeah.
And he tries to play the victim far too often.
I also like how Delroy Lindo immediately, when he realizes Strike didn't do the murder, he's like, wait, what? Because later on, he makes it clear to him. He's like, "There's a reason I was going to have you kill somebody to get you deeper in the crew here, buddy. And now I asked you to murder somebody without asking you to murder them, and you had somebody else do it. It's a weird, not comfortable situation."
Yeah, because right when they're at the pool hall candy store, he figures out that his brother did the killing. Errol is the name of his attack dog. Guy.
Oh, sure. He's so good. I like that guy a lot.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson Bird.
He looks like he's got a real life drug problem.
He looks like he has real life drugs.
Yeah.
You know, he's like a real Keith Richards kind of guy.
I don't know if Keith Richards looks like he's fucking gacked out all the time and doing those weird jerky movements.
Well, that only happens at the end for some reason. He's disabled in a way that makes him walk funny throughout the movie, but it's only at the end where he's doing like that crack calisthenics type shit.
I thought he was doing it at another point, maybe.
I don't, God.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to fucking find something. And it's just, my reception down here is so terrible.
Did you know that? Oh, I should get you on the Wi-Fi.
He is dead, by the way.
That guy?
Yeah.
Did he have AIDS? Was he a drug addict?
Oh, he was murdered.
Oh, is he like a real street guy? Street?
I'm trying to fucking...
Was he about it?
Jesus Christ. No, so he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in education from Morris Brown College.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
And later received a Master of Fine Arts degree in dance from California Institute of the Arts. Clockers is apparently his first role.
Really?
Yeah. If this is...
He seems kind of old. How old is he?
Oh, wait, no, he was on TV before that.
When did he die? Who killed him?
2020.
Oh.
I'm trying to find it, because...
You'll take out all the bad things I said?
Yeah.
You can leave that part in.
Death. He was 70. He was found unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds in his back and pronounced dead in Atlanta, Georgia.
Jesus.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Some guy got arrested. Antonio Demetrius Rhines, 30, was arrested on charge of felony murder in the death of that guy.
Is it like in his home? Is it on the street?
I think it was on, I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to load this article up. Hopefully they'll let me read it without paying. Responded to a call of a person who had been wounded. When they arrived, they said they found a man who was later identified as Mr. Bird dead with multiple shot wounds in the back. It was not clear what led to the shooting or whether the gunman and the victim knew each other. That's at the time. It doesn't say if he was inside or outside. Oddly enough.
So if he's like 70, he was only like 40 in this thing.
Yeah, so he's probably just walking down the street. Some guy goes, "Give me your money." He's good in here. And so when he goes, "Oh yeah, your brother did the killing, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, it's cool though." And he goes to break. And Delroy Lindo looks at Errol. Gives him like that.
You know, maybe Mekhi Phifer isn't a terrible actor. Maybe he's embodying this young dummy well.
I think that's what
he's
it is.
Very young.
Yeah. And it's very archetypical of this 90s wannabe street guy.
Like a lot of fake it till you make it, right? Posturing.
Yeah, because in the very beginning, the first conversation that we're hearing is these kids talking about rap, and he goes, "Man, that Chuck D's so hard." He goes, "He ain't hard. He never killed anybody. He never slapped a bitch. He never went to jail."
Do I need to hit women to be cool?
Mm-hmm. So Harvey Keitel, man, he's just gunning for strike. Keeps peering. His boys are like, "Why are you talking to him?"
He's such a dick move to just like you're signing a death warrant.
He
to
really
a corner
screws
boy.
this guy.
He fucks him hard
for no reason.
Yeah,
like John Turturro says, "Who cares? We've got a guy who's confessed. This is a closed case. What the fuck?" And he's just like, "Nah, I gotta do it. They think they can screw me. They think they can screw me." It's like he's a bad lieutenant.
I wish I could. Maybe I can do the Reservoir Dogs.
Uh-huh.
So. Did I get it?
Yeah. God damn it. I wish I could do his voice because I can hear it so fucking vividly. I can't even think of any of his memorable lines to try to recreate it, but that's neither here nor there. And so he gets to the point where basically they're like, "All right, check it out. Michael Imperioli is also a cop, and he's been hounding on these white boys."
Yeah.
And he's getting them to flip on Delroy or whomever.
It's fun seeing who Spike keeps coming back to.
Mm-hmm.
I love it that like Turturro and Imperioli, like, he likes to round up people. I love it.
Yeah, and it's nice that, these guys can just dip in. It doesn't require a whole lot.
But you're in something good with somebody who's got a great eye.
Yeah, you might as well get like a really good guy to be this role that was the secret for the Coen brothers. They were smart enough to know that when you even if it's just an unknown person, but they're perfect for that role. When you can get that, supporting cast peppered with like colorful, memorable people
who can really act well,
it really helps the movie kind of live on, because it isn't just about, oh, I like that movie because of the heist. You think about these things and you come back to them.
I was thinking about this with Sweet Hereafter, which I just edited,
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just full of really interesting character actors, and it makes it so much better than it should be.
Again, that's neither here nor there, nor here nor there.
Harvey Keitel's jamming him up.
He's jamming him up big time. And so now he knows that Michael Imperioli's got a warrant out for the demise of Delroy Lindo. And he goes, I tell you what, I'm going to do you a favor. We're going to scoop him up.
You just said for the demise of Delroy Lindo.
Yeah.
I mean, the warrant, Delroy Lindo's not dead.
It's for his arrest, but it's ultimately going to lead to his demise.
Okay.
If carried out accurately.
Yeah.
The warrant, because he's going to go to jail.
What's the warrant for, though? We don't even know.
I don't know, because they got those white guys, but when they are doing the whatever, it's Strike who drops the dope in the garbage can that they grab.
That's not the... I guess that is those guys, but they arrest those guys outside Ahab's.
They do, yeah.
Strike's not involved with that.
No. The first time they just pull up in their car and the guy gets out, we don't see anybody drop. The guy just gets out and he picks something out of the trash and they leave. Things happen. And then moments later, we see them at Ahab. And that's when Michael Imperioli rolls up on them, jams them up to flip them.
Mm-hmm.
But then later in the movie, Mekhi Phifer is walking, drops a bag in the trash can. Those guys immediately pull up and grab it. And then that's somehow...
I don't see how you have conspiracy to get Delroy. He's not...
No,
he's
can rest...
very specifically not directly involved with anything.
No, you'd rest Mekhi Phifer.
Yeah.
And hope that you could jam him up and then flip him.
Mm-hmm.
So Harvey Keitel's idea is that we're going to go pick him up. And
Let me do it.
And then I'm going to feed him.
I'm going to spend all night trying to get it.
The seed. Because it's almost like he's always gritting his back teeth when he talks. There's a gruffness to it, but it's also very New York, which I'm not extremely good at. So they jam him up and they go, hey, check it out. You know why you're in here, right? And he goes, no, why don't you tell me? Because I'll just take care of it. And he goes, you're
a smart guy. You can figure it out.
Yeah. And he goes, God damn it. So he calls up Errol, who's just sleeping on a dirty mattress.
He mentions the moo juice. Is it moo juice? Do they call him moo juice? It's moo something.
I think you actually see him holding it when he's walking, and you see the label. It's moo whatever.
Yoo-hoo.
Moo moo.
Yoo-hoo.
And so he calls up Errol. Errol's like, word, I'm going to go have to kill Mekhi Phifer. And Mekhi Phifer at this point, he is feeling bad. So Delroy Lindo eventually gets out. Errol's just around.
Well, we didn't know. We skipped over him sticking that gun in the Mekhi's mouth, making him suck it.
That's right. Because Mekhi Phifer eventually collapses. And it's just so crazy. He collapses on the ground, and his boys run up. And one's like, call an ambulance. And Scientific's like, get up, bitch. And he kicks him in the stomach.
He's a real asshole. It reminds me of like when I would do fake seizures on my ground and my dog would come over and start biting the top of my head. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Get up. If other people see you, they'll kill you. I'm going to bite you, so you get up.
But it's like, dude, it's your boy, man.
Well, and also Harvey Keitel sees him drop blood coming out of his mouth. He's like, getting in my car.
He gives him the hanky. He's coughing up blood, and somebody before that gave him a hanky.
And he doesn't give a fuck?
It's so many hankies going around. But so he eventually goes to the hospital. He gets out. Delroy Lindo's like right there, and he's like, how you always know where I am at, man? He goes,
I know everything.
Don't you know by now, Strike? I know everything. And he eventually gets into the car, and he's pushing Strike a little bit, but it's, reasonable. And then Strike goes, man, fuck you, Delroy. And he pulls over and he just grabs him, punches him in the gut.
Yeah.
Lays him
in the
across
ulcer.
his lap.
Yep.
And he puts his gun in his mouth.
Now you feel that? I put this gun in your bad breath smelling mouth. I will pull the trigger. And I'll splatter what little motherfucking brains you got all over the Corinthian leather interior of my car.
Now this is dumb because Mekhi Phifer's head is right over Delroy Lindo's crotch.
I know. I think he does it on purpose. Like he's like a baby and also vaguely sexually assaulted.
Except if he were to shoot that big ass revolver, his dick is gone.
Well, but he doesn't have to aim it directly there.
It's in his mouth.
I know, but you could rotate. I don't know.
He's pointing it down. If it went off, your wiener's gone.
I think he knows.
My huevos.
I think he knows what to do if he needs to.
Yeah, whatever.
Delroy Lindo is a very good actor, and he's been fantastic in these last two movies.
He's been able to shine here.
Yeah.
Big time. This,
oh, you know what? It's not so much Crooklyn. It's that fucking West Indies Archie and Malcolm X. That I like him in Crooklyn, but it's this and Malcolm X that were real interesting.
Well, and in both this and Malcolm X, he's a criminal who forces a guy to flee town.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
No. You're going to die, bitch.
So all of a sudden now, after that, he kicks him out of the car. So he's already on thin ice. But so now he's just float walking.
And he specifically tells him if Harvey Keitel talks to him again and he says one word to him, he's going to kill him.
At the end of the movie.
No, he says after he takes that gun out of his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
He tells him, if I see you talking to him again, you're dead.
You're dead.
And now you're fast forwarding to the future. He's in jail and he's float walking.
But Keith David has also said, if you go by this little boy, I'm going to fuck you up.
Put a bullet in your head?
Yeah. Because apparently he also bought him a bike.
Yeah.
That he's smart enough not to let him take home. But he's got on like a really, it's a fake VR system with a Sega Genesis controller. But so now he's float walking and he's just like, shit is effed.
The float walk's good.
It's very good.
I love it.
Because he's like rubbing his face like, oh man, when he looks ahead and then the camera turns around and it's still floating towards.
What's his name?
Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
And he's just
swashbuckling,
breakdancing, just herky jerky. I'm a zombie.
Yep, rubbing his head.
Waka, waka. And he's just got his gun.
Hand through the hair.
And it's just great because it's still floating, but now Mekhi Phifer runs from left side of the frame forward to a fence that he's hiding behind because chain link.
Yeah, it's a good spot to hide.
You can't see anything.
Nope.
And
if
then
you put the effort to duck down, you camouflage.
And then the little boy, because the little boy's been trying to be like, Mekhi, come see me. And he goes, fuck you, little man. I done told you.
But he stole Mekhi's gun.
Yeah.
He's trying to give it back to him.
Doesn't know that until later. And so the boy is now on his bike and he's listening to his tunes and he's riding with his hand in a bag.
Isn't he wearing the strike outfit too with the red shirt and the jeans?
Throughout the movie, he's mirroring this guy. He's got bibs with no shirt on. He's got that two-tone denim shirt.
Yeah, he's mini me.
He's mini him, yeah. So he just rolls up and Arrow sees him coming. He goes,
"You won't, little shouty."
Yo, Dad! Dad!
You motherfucker.
He's fucking dead
His
by the time
death
he hits
scene
the
is
ground.
insane.
Yeah. And he had been up in that little kid's face once before being scary.
I don't want to see you round here, boy. I've killed a 10-year-old.
I mean, he's right. Even though he's like a scary dude, he's like, you don't want none of this.
No, you don't.
Knock it off. You're 10. What the fuck are you doing?
And Mekhi Phifer even says it to him in his own way. Get out of here, little man. This is big N-word territory.
But he already fucking groomed him to be his lover.
They brought him in. He's just got drugs in his apartment.
Mekhi?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that about?
Like at the end, he's got that, he pulls up, his just red caps everywhere in his baggie.
How are
maybe
you
they're
not
just
going to
empty
get busted?
vials, but
I guess maybe he's not on the books. People don't know where he's registered, that he lives there. He's paying rent to some dude.
Because it does feel like I expected him to live in the apartment complex.
Yeah, no, he's
like somewhere
away.
else. Yeah. You know, with his trains and whatnot.
It's like a regular apartment. He's not in the projects.
He lives in the 4th floor of a brownstone of the Crooklands.
Oh.
They're a family.
He that guy? Oh.
And so as soon as Errol's dead, he's like, I can get out of here. And then he looks and that's where Delroy Lindo's standing there, right?
No. Delroy Lindo's...
No, he breaks out. And then they arrest the boy. And that's when Keith David goes to Harvey Keitel. Can you let this boy get off?
I can't remember because at one point Keith David beats the living fuck out of him.
That happens slightly after this.
But then the moment where Delroy is rolling up on him in the car,
that happens. Okay.
Get in his car.
I know exactly what happens now. So he kills Errol and everybody fucking flees. At some point they do apprehend or he brings in the boy.
How do they even know that little boy did it?
I don't know.
I feel like people in the neighborhood don't tell.
No, but he's there. And the mom's like, oh, he's so fucked. And Keith David's like, hey, Harvey Keitel, can you just coach this boy on what to say and let it be cool? And he's like, he doesn't agree to it, but he implements his plan. Where he walks him through the course of events. And then he says, when I hit record, you're going to have to tell me exactly what I said. But before I do that, I need you to tell me where you got the gun. And he goes, I got it from Strike, man. And And he goes, oh.
I found it in my bushes.
Oh, yeah, I found it in the bushes. But then he goes, I got it from Strike, man. And he goes, oh. Because I think now he realizes that he's in possession of what he assumes is the murder weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Keith David goes, Strike, God damn it. And he just, phew. So they do the confession.
Damn, he's fast.
Yeah. That's when he gets back to the hood and he just starts whooping the shit out of Mekhi Phifer.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd think this would be a problem for him because he's a cop and he's got his badge on. He's off duty, though. He's just a civilian at this point.
I mean, this is why I don't think that little kid would have got caught, because I don't think anybody there is going to be calling the cops on him.
No, but the paramedics show up. Somebody calls the paramedics.
Oh, yeah, he does.
And he's like, get the fuck back. And they go, what are you, big man? Put your gun? You got a big man?
He's about ready to kill the other corner boys.
He's about to kill everybody.
Yeah.
He fucks the shit out of Mekhi Phifer. But Mekhi Phifer's already packed his bags, and he's about to flee. He stopped by to see his mother. That's why he got caught by Keith David. That's why he was there. And he's already given his brother's wife $5,000 to get him out of jail because the bail's been set at 10% or whatever. So now he tries to get into his car, which might be an Acura. And he looks and he sees Delroy Lindo in his Caprice Classic.
Uh-huh.
He goes, fuck, man. And he gets into his car and he starts driving.
It's too bad he doesn't have a gun. Well, I guess he's all fucked.
He doesn't have a gun because the boy's got his gun.
Yeah.
He finds out at this point.
You could maybe just leave town in your car if Delroy's following.
If you got a full tank, yeah.
If you had a whole gun, too. You said full tank, I said whole gun.
If you got a full tank and he doesn't, then you can get out of there.
You got a whole tank and a full gun.
So he just goes right to the police precinct, and Harvey Keitel's like, I got you, motherfucker.
I thought, I've seen this. I read the book. I thought maybe he was just going to take the rap for his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been the right thing to do.
Yeah, a redemption arc.
Yeah.
So he goes, I didn't do it, man. I swear to God. And then all of a sudden, Isaiah Washington's wife and Mekhi Phifer's mom comes in.
What about Harvey Keitel's mom is there too?
His widow. Think about that. He's been a ghost this whole time.
Shit.
And she goes, it was Vic who killed him. And she tells the story.
He's so tired.
He's so tired. He just walked over there and blasted on him.
Well,
and then came home and just violently projectile vomited.
I mean, his story is so sad.
It is, especially when you finally see it.
He's working with, what is that guy's name? Is his last name Esposito?
I tell you what, his name is Paul, and this is between y'all. He's talking about some jive dudes who are talking shit in the restaurant.
Some dudes try to set up a deal in there. They want to be able to move product out of there.
$300 a week.
And he's going to...
Paul Calderon.
What is Paul?
So his name is Paul, after all.
It's not Esposito?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Mike Starr's in here, too.
Who are these people you're mentioning?
They're actors that you would know if you bothered to look.
Oh, is it my buddy from...
Michael Badalucco. That's who's Jack McGee's clone.
The guy we like from Laws of Gravity. Sopranos.
Apparently, Detective Number 4. Oh, yeah. Detective Number 4 was Paul Schultze.
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking A.
It was good to see him.
Yeah. So his mom comes in and she goes, this is what happened, you dumb asshole.
All the drug people in the neighborhood are really fucking mean to him at his multiple jobs.
This is incredibly important.
Okay.
His mother takes the money that he gave to Isaiah Washington's wife to pay his bail bond. She doesn't accept it. She slaps Mekhi Phifer with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, okay. Isaiah Washington's been guilty this whole time. Great.
It's self-defense.
Awesome.
He's a nice guy killing a corner boy.
He gets out of jail because he's on bail.
Good for you.
Probably end up doing time, but...
Oh, yeah. I guess I was thinking he was scot-free, but they're just giving him bail, huh?
And Mekhi Phifer is like, well, can you drop me off? He goes, yeah, I'll drop you off.
Central Station?
At...
Penn Station?
I'll drop you off at... Port Authority. And he goes, man, can you take me to Penn Station? And Harvey Keitel is just like, same difference.
I mean, is one sketchier than the other and he wants to go to the regular one?
No, I think they're connected.
One's a train and one's a bus?
I think one is the bus entry point to the same station where the trains come in.
Oh.
You just go through different entrances.
Okay.
So he drops him off. And I was hoping for something better than this, but he's like, well, first off, Mekhi Phifer specifically says, man, what made you care about me and my brother and all of us? It wasn't really care.
Oh.
It should have been like, why were you a dick about this?
Yeah, he didn't care. He thought something shifty was going on.
Because then he turns to him and he goes, if I ever see you again, I'm going to jam you up so hard, there's not going to be enough peanut butter to go around.
Yeah, that is what he says.
It's just like, damn, dude. You ruined my life for no reason.
I mean, he probably saved his life, but make him get out of town.
Well, now he has to get out of town. If he would have just accepted the fact that his brother was telling the truth,
then he would have stayed in the neighborhood and eventually been killed like everybody else.
Maybe, but he also could have been Gus Fring.
Future.
He could have come up.
Scientific is immediately murdered later.
Yeah, he's also dead.
And that would have been him.
I feel like that was retaliation.
No, I feel like that was illustrating what would have happened to him. Mackay, if he'd stayed. If nothing changed, that would have been him.
So Mackay jumps on the Empire Builder Amtrak commuter rail.
Isn't that the name of the one from here to Chicago?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. He's in the observation car. Yeah, it's his style. Double-decker. And he is just living it up.
Living it up in the Hotel California.
Shitting in my pants.
And the movie ends.
A little bit too long, a little bit too cheesy. Super stylized, looks great. The grime, the fucking scene where Delroy talks about how Errol makes him murder that dude.
Yeah.
They go bust in on the people that did something.
They shorted them or...
Errol kills everybody except for one. And he makes Delroy do it. And if he doesn't do it, he's going to kill him.
Except,
and he is.
Except Delroy goes, he put a goddamn sawed-off shotgun in my mouth.
Uh-huh.
That was not a sawed-off shotgun.
No.
That was just a regular length tactical shotgun. No sawing off required.
Can we get some combat shotguns?
Yeah.
So that when the time comes, it's like Doom?
Yeah, Spas 12.
Man, you know a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah, isn't it psychotic?
I don't know anything.
Well, you have children. You don't need to know
dumb
anything.
Asshole. I don't even before I had kids. I don't think I was doing much better.
I just pay attention. So the movie's over, and I think it could have been probably at least 20 minutes shorter.
Yes.
It really just sort of waffles for a little bit. But this feels like Spike Lee making a Martin Scorsese movie.
Yeah.
I would give it... What would you give it? I don't know what I would give it.
God damn it. I mean, you know what? If I was rating from my youth and hadn't seen it again, I would have been like, that's easily an 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it like a 6.5. It's not really even a 7.
Yeah, I'll go with a 6. Solid 6 on this.
If we got Topher Grace to cut it down.
Yeah.
It'd be probably a 7.5.
It would, wouldn't it?
And Spike would be like, man, fuck you guys. I thought you guys were cool. And I'd be like, listen, it's my fault. I'm not cool.
Spike Lee does actually come back at the very end.
Yep, when Scientific is dead.
Yeah. And he goes, what happened? Oh, somebody got killed. He's drinking another 40.
Yeah.
Broad daylight.
Yeah. It's before the shift then? He has a 40 before the shift.
He's some sort of a power guy, right?
I love it.
He doesn't work for Con Edison, but he's definitely like an electrical guy.
Oh, you think that's what? Yeah, I guess.
Most jobs that have hard hats are electrical based if you're otherwise not a construction guy. And he's got a jumpsuit on, which makes it suggest that he climbs poles.
Again, Jules pays great attention. I have ADD. I have discovered this without a diagnosis.
What would you give Senor Spike Lee?
Actually, I enjoyed seeing him. I thought
liked
he was
him,
funny. In such a small dose, he seems extra flat. I would give him a 6. Spike always has like a mildly wooden vibe going, but there's a charisma and humor, and the part of the story he's getting across makes it work wonderfully. In this one, you get 3 seconds of dialogue.
I give him 5.5 just because I like looking at his
But it's always nice to see him.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is.
I really like Spike Lee so much now.
Although I'm getting to the point where I'm assuming that this is what it's going to be from now on.
Little bit parts?
Yeah.
He's not going to be the drive.
Or really anything.
He's over it, maybe. Next week is Girl 6.
You can call us on our hotline, 763-634-1897. You can also go to nowplayingnetwork.net. You can rate us and leave a review on Apple Podcast. Otherwise, we will see you the next time. Same We Doing Filmographies station. Same We Doing Filmographies time.
We tried 2 different things.
Yeah. I overpowered you. I have the veto power.
I gave up. You had a better plan.
He's been Jason.
And he's been Julian.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Huevos Rancheros.